The following program is a production of 103.5 WCCH. The ideas and opinions expressed are solely those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect those of the school administration, staff, faculty, or the radio station managers.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to 103.5 WCCH. This is Eugene with Fix It or Leave It, featuring Jenny.
Hey, Jenny. Hello.
Here we go. Mel is unfortunately not with us today, but we got a great fill-in today. Jenny's going to handle it as we show you. This show is where we look at the problems like mechanics, and we decide if they're worth repairing. Every week, listeners will drop real situations into the toolbox, like relationships, money, friendship, habits, decisions, and we give our verdicts. Some things you fix, some things you leave, some things, well, should have been rebuilt years ago. We're not therapists, we're not gurus, we're just honest about damage, and when we see it. I'm Eugene, that's Jenny, and today we're opening the toolbox. But first, how are we doing today, Jenny?
Great.
So did you have an exciting, what's today? Thursday, February 17th. We're on a little early, so I hope everyone that's scheduled to see us today will hop in a little early. I do have a quick complaint, though. So everyone that was looking for us last week on the YouTube page, we were striving to get those subscribers up so we could get live, but unfortunately, somehow YouTube banned us, which doesn't even make sense.
That's a bummer.
Yeah, right? Like YouTube. We're just talking here, and they're like, no. So I'm going to try and find another medium to get this on so we can get a little more interaction. But the emails that have been coming in have been so great. We really appreciate everybody that's been reaching out and talking about their problems. We just love to hear about it and put our input in, and hopefully that helps you decide where you want to go. Not everything will be perfect. It's really about the perfection or progress, right? Not perfection, Jenny?
That's right.
All right, Jenny, what's going on with you? I heard you're doing some line dancing this week.
Yeah, I love dancing. Line dancing is just one of the types of dancing that I love to do.
Where do you do that?
Well, I really like to go to View Street Tavern in Chicopee. They have line dancing that starts at 6:30, and they'll teach lessons, but then they'll just play some songs, and everybody just jumps in and does it. It's a lot of fun.
What's your favorite line dancing song?
You know, that one I was just telling you about, Wade Bowen, Day of the Dead.
That
one's
Day of the Dead. I love
mind.
the title of that. That just sounds like it's edgy.
Yeah.
Is it a fast song?
It's not, well, maybe a little bit. It's just a super sexy song.
It's a sexy song. See, I was thinking it was more like death, but that's okay.
Well, I guess it's both.
All right. So what else have you been? Oh, you did you do Zumba this week?
I usually do. Yes.
Yeah, that's a great class. I missed it. How was it?
It was great. Her class is awesome. She's an amazing instructor.
Shout out to Allison at Health Treks, because we got to keep that body and mind clean and strong. So it's good to get into those environments that are positive for sure. Did you agree with that?
Yeah, and she plays just amazing music and just has great moves. So she always brings a great fun class to Health Treks.
Oh my God, her tempo is so fast. Like, it is, you got to be ready to go the second the first beat is. It's like boom, 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 boom. I love that. Mm-hmm. Because if you go slow, as we know, how some of those other instructors don't have like the same pace. Not saying they're not good or anything, but their just pace is a little slower. So it's like, I'm kind of lackadaisical at first, but with Allison, you're like, oh my God, I'm already behind.
It's a wicked workout. And believe it or not, line dancing's like that too.
Right. I definitely want to start the line dancing. That's like in my to-do list for sure. What else is in your to-do list?
Well, as far as gym classes, I love yoga. I love that cross between yoga and Pilates. That Synergy class. That's just basically yoga, but faster.
Yoga, do you take, sorry to interrupt,
do
you take that more than one place?
Right now, no. Right now, just Health Treks.
And then, so who's your favorite instructor for that?
I think Liz.
Yeah, she's got such a calming vibe.
Yeah.
Like you go in there and she's just relaxed and it's quiet and smooth. See, it's hard for me because I haven't really got much to compare to. Have you gone to other yoga?
I have. And, it really depends on the type of yoga and who the instructor is. And, I think that I really appreciate when the instructors will correct you if you're not doing something properly. I think that, you want to make sure you always have good form no matter what you're doing. Like if you're lifting weights or stretching, you want to make sure you're doing everything right so that you don't injure yourself. So I really appreciate it when instructors are, they tell you.
They take that time.
Yeah, they take the time to do that. And they also, I like it when they give you a variety of ways to get a good stretch, because sometimes if it doesn't feel like a great stretch, they can give you an alternative way to do it. So I like it when they make those suggestions.
Right. I love a little guidance, a little feedback, really, because, it's not, again, about the perfection. It's about the progress. And I'm sure you may have this same opinion about yourself, but I always feel like I can do a little better.
Yeah, of course.
You cannot have that opinion. Do you think you're perfection?
I'm a Virgo, so
Okay.
Everything I do has to be perfect. I am always striving for perfection, which can, I think, really be overwhelming sometimes. So I'm always striving for perfection.
So you'd be disappointed if you're not at perfection.
Yes.
See, I'm an Aquarius, so I can never be perfect.
Why is that?
Because there's no such thing. So therefore, I'm always just striving to be better. You think there is perfection, so you want to live in that realm where that doesn't exist for me.
Well, I know that it doesn't exist, but I think you could do the best that you can. So I guess that's what I mean by perfection.
I think that we all try for,
Yeah.
right?
And the good thing about...
But I feel like you like to be just a tad bit more organized or energy or just that little extra that I personally don't have, but I notice it in you.
So yes, there's a lot that goes into who you are. And I think that...
do you relay that all to your sign, or do you feel
No,
like...
I think that's something else. That's a different placement. I just recently been studying about looking into my birth chart. So I've just, that's how I know that. But it's just different placements. But basically what that is, it's a snapshot of the sky when you're born and how that affects you. And so I was just going to say, as far as my sun sign, which is like your general overall self, Virgos can be very critical. So anybody born late August into September up until I think it's like the 21st, you might notice that they are critical. It sounds like maybe they're picking on you or something, but they're not. I feel like if a Virgo is going to give somebody advice or say you should do this way or that or whatever, it's because they're trying to help you. So they're taking the time to help you. But other signs see it as critical. Yeah,
no, because you see perfection. You see the way that you could be better, right? Yeah. So and you're just trying to help them out. I get that same, like, not. I get the same feeling, but sometimes I get a lot of pushback because I'm more aggressive with my opinions about what they should be doing. So sometimes that doesn't always go over with the people I'm talking about. So do you feel like some signs are a little more sensitive?
Oh, yes. Absolutely.
Yeah. Maybe like an Aries.
Oh, no.
Leo?
No. Those are fire signs.
Okay. And what about, so which signs would you say are... You're right, those are fire signs.
Yeah, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius are the fire signs. And they're probably the most aggressive, bold. And then
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. I feel differently about that.
Well,
but as I look at the chart, you're 100% accurate on what you're saying. So
and then,
I'm going to take your opinion over mine.
Yeah, then there's the water signs, which are probably the most emotional. And that would be Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. And then the earth signs... Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo.
Wow, you're nailing this.
The others are air.
I'm an air sign. What does that mean? What do you think it means?
So it's interesting. I don't have any air placements, and so I haven't really looked into that as much. So I don't really want to say. But
it's just your opinion. What do you think? Well, it says it's a, what does it say? It is a masculine sign. So that's interesting. Its number is 11.
Well,
you know
that's
what?
not
My
really-
master number is 11. Have you
Well-
done those? Sorry.
No.
Okay. We're going to touch on that in a minute. Go.
No. So, well, what I was I just want to mention about that chart is that, although like a birth chart is the snapshot of the sky when you're born, there's 3 major things that will affect you. So like your overall sign, which as you said, is Aquarius, right? But then you have your rising sign, which some people will look at that chart more so than their sun sign. That is how other people see you. So, like for instance, if it's like a Cancer rising, they're going to be really maternal, caring, very emotional. So if somebody is a Virgo, but they're a Cancer rising, then they will come off overall like that perfectionist, the critical perfectionist, but the way that others see them is going to be very nurturing, because that's very much how they are. And then your moon is just like how your thoughts are, so it's more like internal, your internal self. So you're kind of just, that's why there's a variety of people. Not everyone's exactly the same, because there's different things that affect you, which I think is just really cool.
100%. Because not all Aquariuses are the same. Not all Aries are the same. Not all Geminis are the same. So So that leads me into where I got into, how do we kind of, like the same thing you're talking about, like that internal clock or I don't know, that thing that motivates you. Like your intuition almost, right? Like that is what you're like describing, where the moon will kind of help you. This is my interpretation. You can tell me if I'm wrong, but like the moon, so you may be a general sign. So say you're born a Leo and you're born in the July 25th. Okay, so you're July 25th Leo. Now you're going to say that July 25th Leo is going to be different from an August 3rd Leo because of where their moon is, right?
I mean, the moon moves really fast, so you could be born, within a week and just be extremely different. Yeah. Now,
the moon's been doing some tricky stuff lately. What do you think about all these super moons?
I haven't really delved that deep into it. I just think that it's just, I don't know.
It's weird.
Yeah. So
I'm going to tell you what I think right now. I think it's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, what is going on? Okay. To get us off the beaten track, there's definitely more. Like, I feel like the moon and the sun are definitely in our atmosphere. Like, I know that's crazy, but the way things shadow and the way things are moving, it doesn't explain an outer atmosphere to me personally. So the moons definitely have a lot more going on with us personally. Maybe it's like the moons affect the water. Our bodies are full of water, right? So emotionally, I noticed that people change are different from a new moon to a full moon.
I never really noticed, but I do remember people saying that, like just growing up. Oh, it's a full moon, and it'll affect people or whatever. But I never really understood what they meant. I guess I just didn't really think of it. But yeah, I mean, certainly affects us.
100%. So like I've been keeping track of some of the people in my life, the closest people, and like how they will react differently depending on where it is during the month. So at the beginning of the month, or I should say the new moon is like a volatile time. No, the new moon is quiet. It's like calming. And then it's like the full moon comes and it's chaos and it's just like not logical. And that frustrates me a little bit. That's why I think I noticed it, because I'm like, why was 2 weeks ago this person fine with all of this? And then all of a sudden it's like, no, they don't want anything to do with whatever we previously agreed or talked about.
Interesting.
Yeah, so it's like, where does that come from? Maybe it's an eternal thing, but I feel like it's too regular to be an eternal thing. It has to be an external thing. Like wavelengths. Like microwave wavelengths. Do you have a microwave at your house?
I do.
I don't. My daughter's mad at me. She's always like, you need a microwave. Because we don't eat microwave popcorn anymore. And that was like her favorite snack.
Well, I do want to say, just as far as astrology goes, you have your
back to astrology.
Yeah, well, just because you're talking about the moon, so I just wanted to explain, like, you're right, the shape of the moon, right, could affect people differently, but
I think it's the distance.
If you're
I think it's the distance. I think it's the distance from you.
Yeah.
Because it's attracting, it's weighing you. Mm-hmm. Now, what does that mean internal? I don't know. Well, like, if the water's weighing to this side or that side, like, especially your brain, maybe, it affects how it operates.
I don't know. Something we'll have to look into.
No, we don't have to. What's your opinion? Does it sound crazy, or
no,
does it
it
sound
doesn't.
possible?
No, because this is the
plausible,
whole thing.
right?
Yeah, this is the whole thing. Everything has energy and affects everything else, right? So you have your regular birth chart, the snapshot of the sky when you were born. That's unique to you because it depends on where, like the location, everything. But then they're transits. So what's happening now, and how's that affecting you? So when you say people could be very different, it's because different things could be affecting them. So
so when you go to that moon chart, now say, like, so where their moon was when they were born is like where they have the most. How would you describe that?
So the moon is your emotional nature. So, but like in your birth chart, that would be like how you are emotionally. So if let me see.
Like stubborn or welcoming.
It's like how you think. So
like, am I accepting this idea this month, or am I rejecting it? Like, am I open or am I closed? Like that?
Well, what I mean is, as far as like your birth chart, you mean, is that what you mean? Or are you talking about like how it is changing
how it
all
affects
the time?
you. Yeah.
How it changes all the time.
So the moon is somewhere, right? So I think it affects you. And then you're saying the moon does affect you, right? So you're almost confirming it, but just with a different point of view, because you're saying the moon chart affects when you're born, how you're going to be. Now I'm saying that must continue throughout your life.
It does.
Yes.
Yeah.
I like that. I really like that. I would go down that tunnel. Like straight down that rabbit's hole.
So, I mean, I'm sure that, how it is every day affects you differently, but like in your birth chart, it's like how you're, okay. So it's like your inner self. It's like your mood, your emotions, fears.
Like the core.
Yeah.
Oh man. So the moon, that's deep. That's very deep. I almost need a second to figure it. So the moon is like controlling how we handle our emotions?
So I don't want to say it's controlling anything.
Influencing.
So that's how I initially interpreted it. But then as I listened to this a little bit more, I found out that it's more of like a reflection of how you are. So that sounds super deep. So I'm not really sure how that is. But it's basically your whole chart is a reflection of who you are, because you still have free will. It's just.
Do you believe that?
I do. I think it's more of just absolutely you have free will, 100%. But I think it's more of like, based on these, your sign and everything that affects you, those signs, your rising sign, your sun sign, your moon sign, and all the others, where the planets basically where they were when you were born. You could have these challenges. This could be a little bit easier for you in life. This could be more difficult. So from there, you make the choices, and hopefully you make good choices so that you grow. But it's more of just like a reflection. It's not dictating anything. Doesn't have control over you.
No, you definitely have free will, but I feel like there's almost like a path. Like you're put places to do certain things.
Yeah, I
and
do.
You're like,
I do.
Or you miss events, and you're like, "Wow, I'm glad I didn't go to that." And you're like, something bad happened, or whatnot, and you're like, "Oh, so interesting."
Mm-hmm.
That comes. Okay, here's a little off topic. Reincarnation. Real or fake? True or false?
Oh goodness. So this is how I feel about that. I love God, and I'm very, very spiritual and religious. I have been my whole life. And it's not just because I go to church and go through the motions. It's because I've personally just known God very deeply my entire life. And so I have absolute faith. So, in my faith, I was not brought up thinking that reincarnation was anything that is real, you know. It just wasn't anything we ever talked about. So I don't really want to comment on that. I mean, I am new to learning about this birth chart and all of that, just because I find it very interesting. And to me, I'm not looking at it as a replacement for faith. I'm looking at it like God makes sense, and he you know, math makes sense, science makes sense. God doesn't do things haphazardly. I don't think that this is, you know, it's something that God created. God created this. You know, that's how I look at it. So now, could the God that I know and love still exist and there still be reincarnation? I think so. And the reason I think that, and I you know, these are just my thoughts here. Okay. It's not the reflection of my faith.
You don't represent an organization, Jenny?
No, like, I mean,
no, you represent yourself?
Well,
okay.
Just in my thoughts, right? This is what I'm thinking. So I love my family so very much. You know, I love my children. And if my child, you know, say God loves us more than we know and love ourselves or anybody else, right? So if one of us died and went to heaven and said, God, I really screwed up, you know, the God that I know and love would never banish anybody to like hell. I don't think so. I think that you would have to say, I'm going there because I don't want anything to do with you, which I think is really weird because I don't really understand that at all. But if see, I feel funny even saying that this is just a thought. That's what I'm saying. It's not like a reflection of my faith. It's just, you know, you're asking me and I'm thinking like, if my kid said, can I try again? I would say yes. And do better, you know, just be better. And so that's why I feel like, is it impossible? Maybe not, just because I feel like God would want to give us a second chance before anything final, but I don't know. I mean, that's you don't have to know. I'm responding to this compassionately, you know, and I feel like the God that I know is extremely compassionate and loving. And so, you know, that's just, I guess, my thought on that.
Yeah, I appreciate that was deep. I like how you really took a lot to process that, and it was way more than I expected, so I love that. But we're going to take a quick break real quick to do a PSA. Here at HCC, we have the Interview Skills Workshop at the Success Center in the Campus Center, room 323, on March 11th from 4:30 to 5:30. It's going to be a great way to build confidence, make a strong first impression, learn how to answer the common and challenging interview questions, and discover, you know, your highlights, your strength, your experiences, understanding what employees are looking for, maybe get your body language in check. You want to come in there with confidence. You know, you got that job if you want it. All right. That's why you're there. All right. Are we ready to get to the question portion of this,
yes.
Jenny? Yay. My favorite, personally. All right. We got our first question, Maya and Hoyok. Oh, man, this one goes right with what we're talking about. I did reach out and ask some friends to give me some astrology questions, since I knew you were going to be here this week. So they came through. Maya, thank you. But here's her question. Oh, it's a deep one. She's a Pisces, and her boyfriend is emotionally closed off. When she gets vulnerable, he gets quiet. She ends up feeling dramatic, and he feels overwhelmed. Do you think this is like a zodiac thing, or it's an emotional incompatibility?
I think that
she didn't mention what her boyfriend's sign was, but I feel like it's not one that goes with Pisces.
Well, I think, you know, most of the time when we're talking to people, we're not going to know what they are, you know, and I think it comes down to communication. And if, you know, you're opposite in the way that you're communicating, then just ask questions, you know. I think that she should ask him, you know, if she's noticing he's closing off, you know, do you need time to just think about this, or how your response is going to be, or,
well,
just
he's the closed off one, so he goes quiet. So she is asking the questions, and he's just going quiet.
I think she just needs to ask him, you know, because it sounds like she's expressing how she feels, and he's being quiet. So I think that she needs to figure out what questions she needs answered, and then
Like
and then
almost
he needs to come back to her and talk to her. And maybe, I mean, if the way that, you know, something's making him uncomfortable, I don't know, he just needs to express it. I mean,
I don't know. Do you think they can fix this problem, or
as long as they're willing to communicate,
should she just leave it?
I think that she should, you know, talk to him first, and you know, there's a reason why he's behaving the way he is. So what is it?
It sounds like Jen's gonna say fix it. I'm gonna say leave it.
Well,
it sounds like she is telling. She's vulnerable.
Mm-hmm.
She's telling him what's up, and he just goes quiet and shuts her down. So then she's feeling like ignored, and then you know how that can feel in a relationship when you express how you feel about a situation, and then someone feels like they're ignoring you. How does it? That like hits the core for me personally. So that's why I would say to leave it. But I see how you're optimistic and being like everything is fixable, which we just said everything is fixable. But this one, you got to be honest, Maya. Is he even ready to be emotionally there for you? Right? Like, so you think, see, I don't know if she wants to be his therapist.
I think they just need to lay out how they're going to communicate. And if this is
that's what she's trying to do
over and over, and he's not going to communicate, then yeah, that's going to be a problem.
Mm-hmm.
So I think she has to weigh everything out, and you know, but eventually, yeah, he's going to need to communicate.
Maya, Jen's got a two-parter. She's like, fix it if he'll communicate, or she's going to be like me, leave it if he doesn't communicate. Because I have a feeling he's got something else going on that he doesn't even, either he just doesn't value, or he's just got something else going on. I can't really assume I know him, but you do. So maybe you know what he's thinking a little more, and you just need to hear us say to leave it, or Jen to say to fix it. I mean, we got both of the answers, so you're going to find one that's useful, I'm sure. All right, let's move on to Kevin in Chicopee. He says his upstairs neighbors vacuums at 6 a.m. every morning. It's precise. He's like, do I confront them, or how do I deal with a situation like this? Oh my gosh. Sorry to interject, Jen, before you go on. My neighbor does this at 10 p.m., like religiously. I don't understand how they're even up. I'm an early. I like to be like asleep by 9:30. So to hear the vacuum at like 10:30, I'm not a big fan of that. What do you think?
I think it comes back to communication. I would definitely say something. I would say, you know, I go to bed early, or you know, or this is just bothering me, and I just happen to be sleeping at that time. Would you mind? I think it's about how you're presenting it too. You know, I mean, if somebody's
Let's
yelling,
go a little deeper into that.
Right?
No. Now, does he write a letter? Does he talk to him? Does he?
I think that letters are like texts. You don't know how to take it. If somebody comes up to you and asks you nicely, listen, you know, we share this one wall, this ceiling, floor, and these are, I just happen to be asleep at that time, or whatever it is. I mean, I think most people would understand, right? And just, oh my gosh, yeah, I'll try to do that at a different time. Honestly, they probably aren't thinking about, you know, how it's affecting other people. They just know this is the time that they have to do it, or whatever. They're a night owl or early riser, whatever it is. I think it's all about how you do it, because if some, you know, people are a little bit more open.
So we're saying this is fixable for sure. Now, how should Kevin approach this?
Just go knock on the door.
Just balls up.
Yeah, I'd say, hey.
Just say, hey, buddy.
I live downstairs, and
I always felt like the letter would be the first way to go. Just drop a little card with a little quick little hey. Just kind of gives them a warning, because what if you come to their door and they're like, whoa, what are you doing here, buddy? What are you trying to tell me to do at my house? Like, almost like entitled to tell that, like, that's not your space. You have to really go to that space that's like gentle.
Yeah.
Because it's Kevin's space that's getting bothered. So I understand where Kevin is like concerned, but then his neighbors, it's their space too. So it's like, ooh, how do we approach that where we're all going to win?
I don't know. I guess what I mean by like the text or letters, you don't know the emotion. You don't know if somebody is angry. And I guess if somebody is fiery or heated, maybe a letter would be better. But if they just want to come to them and say, you know, just kindly, I just happen to be asleep, or I have a baby that's sleeping, or whatever, I think that they would feel it and understand that it's important. And I think that your delivery is everything.
Yeah. Maybe Kevin gets up. Maybe Kevin works the night shift, so he's like going to bed at 6. So it's like, yeah, Kevin, I guess we both say it's fixable and that you should probably approach them either through a letter, or if you're feeling like it is a situation that you two can both talk out, then go over and just see if you can talk to them about this one. It's definitely fixable. All right, let's go to Sabrina in West Springfield. Ooh, she says her partner says she flirts too much. When I'm just being friendly, naturally outgoing, do I tone it down, or is that his insecurities at the end? Whew, that's a loaded one. What do you think?
I think that she needs to ask him what he means and get specific examples to see what he's talking about. Like, when I do what, do you think that's flirting, and does that make you uncomfortable? You know?
And you think she'll change? Who's got the problem? Should she be changing, or should he be changing?
I guess it depends what exactly he's talking about. If
well,
he
this
thinks
is all
that,
we know. So,
you know, if
she flirts too much, would you be upset if your husband or significant other would flirt too much, or you're interpreting they flirt too much?
That's what I mean. I'm wondering like what he's interpreting as flirting, because if she genuinely feels like she's just being herself, then yeah, that sounds like a real problem. And, you know, maybe they're not compatible. But if she says, oh, you know what, maybe I was, and yeah, that now that you mentioned that, yeah, I wouldn't, you know, I guess that is. And then I think as long as they're both willing to talk about it, and then if it's,
I feel a theme. A lot of communication.
You know? Yeah, communication.
Communication
right.
with your neighbors, with your boyfriends, with your partners.
Yeah.
Yeah. But so I'm going to tell Sabrina, move on. Leave it. It sounds like this is you. You're just being natural. You're being yourself, I mean. So do you want... So this case, he's already insecure. In my interpretation, I feel like he's insecure, right? Because he knew what she was this whole time. Because they're dating, right? He liked it at one point. She was probably really flirty with him. Ooh, I think we're getting deep. So she probably flirted with him. He didn't flirt with her. So she came on to him. He loved it. Somehow it worked. They connected. Now he's insecure because he sees her doing it to other people, and now he's worried that he may lose her. I feel like that could be an angle.
Yeah.
So, So do we say fix it or leave it?
I hate that we have to pick one.
Yep, I know.
I'm like, can you fix it? If it doesn't work, then just leave it.
No, I mean, it seems like we give them a little bit of both, fixing it and leave it. But
yeah, but I guess it just really depends on how. Yeah, I can definitely see your take on that.
I'm saying leave it because you're gonna put in work to find out. You're gonna become the person you're not.
Yeah, if you're gonna be somebody that you're not for someone else, then that's not okay.
Yeah, like communication will help temporarily, but it sounds like it's you you are who you are, and he's probably a little bit of the opposite. And those things, if they're too far apart, I feel like just don't work. See, she's gonna need someone that's kind of just as flirty, just as friendly, so they both understand where they're coming from. Because I'll say this. I'm the flirty and friendly one in my relationships. I'm the outgoing one. I always get can you stop flirting and talking so much from my partners? So it's like, I have changed myself for other people, and I didn't like the outcomes. Mm-hmm. So I'm coming from a little personal experience, Sabrina. Anything else to say on this one? Nope. Okay, really. we got George in Springfield. He says his ex watches every single story he posts within minutes, but they haven't talked in years. Is this ego, curiosity, or she's like thinking about coming back or something, just like keeping him around? Are you on social media? Mm-hmm. I am not on social. I'm off Instagram. I am on Facebook, so I can't say I'm like off social media, but my Facebook presence is so low. I have less than like 70 friends, They're all really close. Majority, like I would say 50 of them are real friends.
I mean, as far as the stories go, I think that
when you post here, do you have someone that you're like, oh, that person is watching me and you're like curious why?
no.
No? That's interesting. That's so interesting. I guess you need to post more. You don't have enough followers.
I feel like
I'm just kidding.
You know, people will see your story, but then they kind of just keep going. But
Oh, yes.
But
I intentionally not watch people's stories.
I feel like when you're looking at a story, though, it's because it kind of just like pops up there as somebody's story that I guess the algorithm thinks you might want to see. So maybe if she's
What's
seeing
your
them-
friend list type, like number, like
I mean,
ballpark?
I don't,
200, 100, 700, 1,000? Where are you at? I feel like you're popular.
oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
I think that, well, I've been on Facebook longer, so it's probably, I don't know, is it the
Ballpark.
maybe like around 1,000? Maybe
Oh,
more?
okay.
I'm not sure.
Yes. Wow. Okay. Yep. Confirmed. Jen is popular. I'm over here at like 70. And you're like,
Yeah, but
I
if
did,
you're not
I did
active
that.
on it, you know?
Well, I do post. It's just really like all my running events go there. Like, and I used to be big on posting all my kids' stuff there. But now that they're getting older, I don't feel comfortable posting my kids any longer. Which is weird because it should be the opposite. When I was younger, I shouldn't have been posting them at all. And then maybe now that they're older. But I just don't feel like I need their information to be out there like that. How about you? Are you big on... What are you posting on Facebook?
I would say it's a mix between things that I do with friends and then with family. I don't really post as much about my kids anymore, but it's because they won't let me. You know?
Reposter? Are you like a reshare, or are you like original content?
I like to repost things. I think that if somebody made something that's really funny, I like to share it. And if I don't, actually, I would say the majority of the time, I send certain things to people that I think.
Oh,
will
I
really
live in
enjoy it.
that.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I do that a lot.
Yep. And then, so I had I told you this earlier last week, my best friend passed away, and it's been so hard lately because he's the one that I always shared the construction related stuff. I thought I was doing really well at dealing with it, but lately as I stroll through the reels and I'm like, oh, that made me laugh, I want to share it with my best bud. And then it's like, it's hitting me that he's not there. And it's hard to deal with death, you know, especially when it's unexpected. He died young. He was only 43. Like, you should not be passing away that young. I still don't even know the cause. So there's just like a lot of open-ended stuff there. But to bring it back, it was like, I definitely like to point certain stories to the people that, you know, you feel would get the benefit, like understand the message, right? The message of what that story is about.
Yeah, that's really tough. I don't know what to say. That's hard.
Yeah, we don't have to go. Shout out Alex, miss you, bud. Okay, so back to George in Springfield, where his ex watches his stories like quickly. So I think George still likes his ex.
I mean, he could find out by asking her.
Okay. George, we're going to go get that.
You know, I think if he's interested and she's looking at his stories, reach out to her, send her a message.
They haven't talked in months, so maybe it's due.
I mean, if
Christmas is over.
I think the important thing to do is when you break up with somebody, when you break up with somebody, I think that you have this, you think about the good time. Well, I'll put it this way. If somebody breaks up with you, or whatever, I guess. You tend to think about the good times, right? You don't think
100%.
about, well, this was wrong. There was no future. So I think that's the first thing you have to think about is get real about what the relationship was like. And think about the bad times. And is that something I want again? Before jumping into the nostalgia and then just getting into the same cycle, because nobody needs that.
So George,
I think learning from your relationships, you know what? I'm noticing that I go for this type and that never works out. I notice that I'm not okay with this or whatever it is. You have to be very clear as to what you are okay with and what you want before, and then if you find somebody and something's not right, don't ignore it. You have to talk about it. You know what I mean? Because if it's just going to keep happening over and over and over, then you can't say, oh, you've been doing this since day one. They're going to feel like attacked. You have to bring things up as it happens, obviously nicely, right? So like, is this something that we can get beyond, because, or, hey, I noticed when this was going on, this didn't make me feel great. Communication's everything.
Yeah, it's almost like, communication is everything. Now, I would say, George, don't reach out. Don't contact her. I would wait and just see if she contacts you. At that point, then you have a decision to make. Because right now, there is no decision. It's really just like a tease. Would you block her? If you didn't want to communicate with someone, your ex, and they were watching your online presence, that's a tough one.
I mean, if you're friends
on... No, it doesn't sound like they're friends. They haven't talked in months.
Well, I think that if it's somebody that you want nothing to do with, sure.
No, he likes her. That's why he's curious. That's why That's why George emailed us. George has been thinking about her. He didn't want to tell her name though, huh? We'll call her Amy. Amy and George. So Amy's stalking George. George is like, man, should I get back? And no, George. She's just playing. She's probably not even interested.
She could be wondering if he's going to reach out to her. I think it comes back to thinking about what the relationship was like. And if obviously she's there and she's looking at your story. So do you think about the relationship? Do you want to jump back in and make that decision? But I think you have to be honest about how it was. And then try. And if you want, why not?
So overall, George should reach out? Is that what you're saying?
I mean, I think he's just got to think about the relationship.
Yeah, no, I say, George, I interpret Jenny's response as saying that if you feel like there's something there, to reach out. Me personally, I'm telling you to wait until she reaches out. That way you confirm that there's something there and then see where the vibe goes. Because you don't want to reach out and feel like there's so many egos involved with exes.
I feel like, though,
it's hard. Okay, a little. You.
I think the guy should reach out.
Yes. Yep. Really?
Mm-hmm.
So okay. Let me step back for a second. So you almost think that she's like putting herself there, like, hey, hi, I'm here. Come say hi to me.
Maybe.
Because she's what really makes me wonder is how come she's watching these stories so fast. That means that's at the top. That means she's interested.
If she's looked at a few, it's probably just keeps feeding it to her. You know.
Okay, so she may not even have a choice.
Well, I mean, she does, but it's like you'll see it. You'll see it there. Yeah.
But maybe she's just on her. So I guess, George, you know her a little bit better. You know Amy a little bit better. I just named her Amy. And so is Amy always on her phone? Is that like her lifestyle? Is she at work and just on her phone? You know, one of those jobs that you can do that. Mm-hmm. I can be on my phone a lot. But then there's times I can't.
If he's interested and he likes her, then he should maybe send her a message.
Oh, get those. Yeah, especially now that you missed. I think I'm finding a theme with our questions this week because it's right after Valentine's Day that a lot of emotional stuff, like with relationships, has been happening lately. How about you? Anything interesting going on in your world? Pretty solid. Good. That's always nice to hear. Ooh, here's an oddball one. Tasha from South Hadley has a cat that ignores her but worships her partner. She says she raised the cat, feeds the cat, or no, doesn't feed the cat, does the vet bills. Why is she second place to this animal in her own home?
Oh my gosh.
Cats. Do you own a cat?
I don't. I am not.
You don't have a cat?
I'm not a cat person.
Oh my God, Jenny. I was so like, you
Really?
have at least one cat.
No.
You kind of... Why? Because you clash with a cat?
I'm afraid of cats.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because
I went to someone's house years ago who had a cat, and I was petting the cat. I thought we were best friends, and then he attacked me. And just scratched me out of nowhere. I had scratches all over my hands, and I thought that we were friends. And so I'm afraid. I'm afraid now.
That's adorable. I mean, coming from a person that had 3 cats at one point living with me, they all ignored me at one point or another. But it's interesting that if I ever want to get them on my side, oh my God, these little, they're like little treats that come in these, like little, like You know those energy packets that you put in the drinks, like electrolytes? Yeah, it's like a little package of that, but it has like special cat food. I carry it with me when I go to homes, because Pioneer Valley handyman. If you guys need any work out there, we'll do a little promotion. Woo! Get your work done. Google us. We got lots of high reviews. That's Pioneer Valley handyman. But when I do come to your house and you have cats, I do bring a treat for the cats.
That's sweet.
It's interesting to see how like male cats are like so friendly, but female cats are like you gotta work to get their attention.
Oh, maybe it was the female cat. I had no idea what it was. It was just a cat.
No, they didn't.
But
They didn't
maybe
specify.
It was a female cat that attacked me. I don't know.
Oh, your cat. Oh, I thought we were talking about
whatever
Tasha.
cat that was. No. Oh, well, this cat. I mean, maybe I don't know. I don't know what to say. I mean, I guess just be happy that the cat is getting affection, and I mean,
At least
it could
it's
be
not
ignored,
trying to kill y'all.
and it's not attacking
Running
anyone.
around
So that's good news,
with its claws out.
right?
No, I get that. So we're going to say you can definitely keep the cat. I think personally, Tasha, get those special treats out. And when no one's around, just start giving that cat a little treat. And now my cat, so I did it with one cat in particular, is the female cat. Like I said, it was a little harder to get her. But honestly, she's like my best bud now. She comes over and hangs out next to me when I'm watching TV. And it's just like, oh, okay. And she's the softest cat. Like, I didn't even realize cat fur could be that soft before I had her. Do you believe in the cat theory?
What is that?
Cat theory is you don't go out and find a cat will come to you. Because I believe it. Like I said, I have 3 cats. I never once left my house and was like, I'm going to go get a cat today. They literally just show up in my house. And I'm like, oh, okay, here we go.
Wait, so what do you mean?
Well,
Like
other
a stray
people
cat?
adopt them in my house, or somehow they need to be taken care of through a death or whatever the process, and then that's it. They're just now here. They are. Like, I've never went to the store and was like, I'm gonna purchase a cat, or I never went online and was like, I'm gonna get a cat. So I definitely think the theory is true. Like, the cats come to you if you're a cat person, I guess. Maybe do you have dogs?
Yeah, I have a dog,
Okay. What's your dog?
a golden,
Ooh,
super cute.
I
and
feel like that
cuddly.
fits you perfect. You love that guy?
Oh yeah,
Girl?
Yeah.
Guy? What is it?
A girl.
She?
She's awesome.
What's her name?
Lola?
That's such a pretty name.
Thank you.
Oh, I want to see pictures of her later.
Yeah, she's wicked cute.
Yeah. I love that. Those were one of my aunt had a golden retriever when I was growing up, and that dog, we'd go play in the snow and it would tackle me down, like when I was little and stuff. That dog was a beast for me.
But
What?
I was gonna say, I guess it would be the same for a cat or a dog. If you're looking for an animal, you want the animal to feel comfortable with you, right? So yeah, wherever you're getting the animal, have them come up to you. I feel like now that you say it, I think that's what Lola did. She came up to me.
She found you?
Yeah.
So maybe it's not just a cat theory. It's an animal. It's like a house pet theory. Like your house animal. Like, is your animal almost like the mascot of your family?
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh, it is. My first cat, he's all black, cool cat. And it was just like, we're all cool and he's just chill and everything. But then when I got the other cats, they were crazy and hectic, and the house became crazy and hectic. And now,
Interesting.
yeah. And then that black cat got rehomed to a great home. But so I have the other 2 cats still, which are brother and sister, and they're like madhouse little kitty cats. So, but they're indoor outdoor cats. I put one of those pet doors in my window so they can just go in and out. Like I was talking last week, I love that they have the freedom. If they want to leave me and never come back, okay, like that's their choice. I give them free will, and I love that they always come back. It's like the greatest feeling. You're like, hey bud, oh, you still like me? Nice. But then again, I do. They're not stupid. They like the free food.
And that's genuine love.
Oh yeah?
You know what I mean? Well, of
See,
course.
I think they're opportunists.
No. Well, I mean, if the cat could leave, but it's coming back because it loves you and appreciates you, that's...
Or my daughter or someone in the house they like. That's for sure. All right. So, yeah. Tasha, definitely fixable. We're going to get you some snacks and then just keep snacking. Give the cat snacks and it'll be your friend in no time. All right, now we got another PSA for everybody listening to 103.5 WCCH in Holyoke. We're at the Holyoke Community Campus, and we have the L Movie Night coming up on February 19th. Wait, that's tonight. We got a movie night tonight. Oh my gosh, it's actually started right now. So if you're in the building and you're bored, go over to KC 301. They got Moonlight playing. Started at 1:30, but it's still going to be playing right now till 3:30. Looks like it's had a lot of awards. This Moonlight. Have you seen Moonlight, the movie?
I haven't.
No, it had 8 Best Motion Picture awards, and yeah, no. Oh no, that's it. No, it got nominated for 8 and won 4. So it's. I don't know if that matters. I really don't judge movies on, like, what's that one? Rotten Tomatoes? Yeah, no, I don't. Doesn't mean a thing to me. If it's a 8 tomatoes or 2 tomatoes, I'm gonna watch it if I think I like it.
I would do the same.
Yeah, I feel like you're very independent. You don't take a lot of the outsized noise. Free thinker?
I would say.
I agree. That's why you're here. That's kind of why we get along so well. All right, next we got Mike in Holyoke. Oh, no. Mike says his wife and him haven't been intimate in months. They love each other, but they feel more like teammates than partner. Is this normal, or is this the start of something bigger going on?
I think they should address this.
Obviously address this.
Yeah. Let's see. What would you say?
So I would start off with a date. How? Okay, so maybe she's working too much. Maybe she's got. He didn't really go into their life, right? So we don't know a lot. So I'm just speculating. Maybe they work a lot. I'm assuming they have kids. So again, I'm just speculating, but yeah, take her out on a date. Buy her a little something sweet. Like that, she'll like. What do you think?
I think that's a good start.
Good start?
Yeah.
And then, do you think they're...
I think they should do something fun, too, like an activity.
That's the date, right? Now,
well,
I didn't mean date like dinner.
I guess I was assuming dinner. Yeah,
no, dinner. I don't do dinner dates. Those are so boring. Ugh. I'm like, let's go play pool. Let's do bowling. Let's do let's go for a walk. Let's do any. I will literally walk around a mall or wherever. You're like, I'm not a sit down, stare at each other for like 45 minutes.
Well, it's funny because I guess I was thinking if they were at dinner, they could talk.
But that, I almost feel like, you know what they need to do? I figured it out. They need to go to line dancing on Tuesday night.
Yeah, you know what? That would be amazing.
Look at that. We're coming with the heat now. Okay, these are...
They should do that.
Where is that at? Tuesday night. Where do you go to do that?
Oh, View Street Tavern.
View Street Tavern. What time does this start?
It could be 6:30.
Anything else?
I mean...
It's $5.
Yeah, $5. $5.
Not too crowded? How's the vibe over there?
It's great.
Oh,
I mean, there's a good crowd for a Tuesday.
For a Tuesday evening, right?
Yeah.
And that's why that could fit into the schedule, right? You're not going out on a Friday, Saturday, and, like having to go all out because that's going to put too much pressure on it. Maybe just a nice Tuesday evening, go do something fun, get loose, however that is, however you need to get her a little loosen up. Yeah. Jokes, drinks, flowers, candies, comics. You know her, Mike. She's your wife. So, have you
No, I think that those are great suggestions. Something fun, and I think line dancing is good because it'll keep you occupied.
Yes. Somewhere where you can be together, and then also I've been looking into salsa dancing. Have you ever done that?
So I actually do not like partner dancing.
I'm listening.
Yeah. So, I mean, have I tried it? I have, because I went with a friend thinking that I was just going to dance with this one friend. And then they rotated partners and I was just super uncomfortable. I just don't like it. It's not my favorite. Because I'm not thinking about just the moves. I'm thinking about the other person. And I don't know. It's just, for me, it's just not my thing.
So comfort level would matter a lot for you.
Yeah.
And that switching the partners and not being comfortable with that partner. So Mike, don't bring her to salsa because someone might steal her.
Right. 100%. Yes.
So yeah, we're back to line dancing on that one. Or even like, I don't even know. Is there like dance nightclub things around here anymore? Like, I don't know where that stuff is.
Yeah, I think, you can look, I think if you look on Facebook events.
Yeah. Oh, Facebook events.
Yeah.
I love that. But the problem is sometimes they show like months in advance. And you're like, I need something to do tonight.
Oh, there's plenty. There are places that have karaoke, and there are places that do
karaoke.
dance.
That's another one.
Yeah, go see a
Make a
live
fool
band.
of yourself in front of her. That'll help. Or actually, that may not help, Mike. If she's not liking you, maybe don't make a fool of yourself.
Another
We
thing,
need to bring the passion back.
Yeah.
Not be an
Yeah.
idiot. Because
Right.
maybe that's a little bit of what's going on. And then when you get her out on you definitely got to communicate what's going on. She has something. She's holding on to. Something is bothering her. Hopefully it's not who she work with. What does she do? She got a new best friend? She got someone she's confiding in a lot?
It's really tough with limited information because if they have
But that's kind of the fun part.
like
'cause now
young children or
we can
something,
imagine.
then their life changes, right? It's just different.
And then the advice, it actually has layers when we don't know more because who knows who's listening that has just a portion of this be like, yeah, no, that speaks to me. Like I'm sure there's a lot of people that have wives that have not been intimate at periods of time. I mean, I know I have in my previous relationship had dry spells.
Yeah.
And that's just really came from stresses of life. Right? Things are stressful when you got to do the big things that sometimes you forget about the little things.
Yeah, I think ultimately they just have to prioritize their relationship, and no matter what they do, they have to just go out, maybe just pick one day a week.
He's got to get to Amy and figure out what Amy is into. Oh wait, no, that Amy was George's husband. Amy's wife. Well, maybe Mike's wife is Amy too. Amy's very popular. I don't even know an Amy. I don't even know why I'm stuck on Amy today. Okay. Next we have, so we're going to say to Mike is definitely fixable. This is a fix-it problem. Fix it. Fix it multiple ways. You have avenues to fix. All right.
Not everything's,
Black and white.
relationships are never always going to be perfect in that, like you said, there's things that happen. You get busy at work or whatever. And then if you don't prioritize each other, then you just have to get back to it. Just do what's important.
Yes. Get back to those things that, like, both
That
made
you
you guys
value.
happy at the beginning of the relationship.
Yeah.
There's got to be like that you used to do. Like, oh, we used to go play pool or go bowling or that event, Or like I said, mix it up and add like the line dancing. Really inspire her that you're not the old Mike. Maybe you can be a little, surprising and risky, and she just needs that a little reminder of who you are. Get her back in the saddle, right? Woo! Here we go. Good one, Mike. You got that. All right, next, let's go with Kayla in Chicopee. Oh, boy. Kayla says her boyfriend still texts his ex occasionally. Says it's mature. It doesn't feel mature to me. Is this a trust or boundary issue? How would you feel if you had a boyfriend that was texting his ex occasionally?
Yeah. I wouldn't love that.
No.
No.
Definitely not.
Yeah, I think that was problematic.
Yeah. We're going to say... I'm going to say Lee. Ooh, Kayla. Kayla.
Yeah, it sounds not good.
No. He's making excuses, says it's mature, which, I mean, in theory, it could be. I mean, what are they talking about? Is he letting you in on these conversations? Is he showing his text messages to you? No, I'm thinking that's not the case, right? She's got insecurities about it. So it's a trust issue or a boundary issue?
Goodness. I think that, I think that he should probably stop
It's a
doing that.
boundary issue, right? Like if he cared, he wouldn't be doing that.
Right,
Right.
yeah.
Now, Kayla, you have to... she did express it. So she has expressed that this is an issue, and he says it's because they're mature. And it's a mature thing to do, to be talking to your ex. I personally don't talk to any of my exes.
Yeah.
No, randomly. Well, randomly, because I just had to tell them about the passing of my buddy, and a lot of them overlapped in those time frames that would know him. But that was it. We just talked about that quickly, and that's about it. I don't care about anything else they're doing in their lives.
Right.
Like, I don't reach out to it.
I think she just needs to say, you know what, this just makes me uncomfortable, and
and then if he continues to do it,
yeah,
what?
and then she should tell him, you know, I'm just not okay with this. I just think that's weird.
No, it's definitely not appropriate. If Kayla, you express your concern and he doesn't listen, you got to keep it moving. All right, we go on to the next one. We got Anthony in West Springfield. He says his coworker microwaves microwaves fish almost every day at lunch. He said HR won't do anything. Is this a workplace crime? You're funny, Anthony.
Yeah. Gosh.
Fish is yucky when you get it. Like,
I feel
when
like
you walk in the room after someone's got some fish, especially like at a coworker, you're not expecting that you're on your break, you're going into the lunchroom, and you're like, oh, there's that haddock. I wasn't expecting that. It's like me last week when I walk into homes that have like that moldy, just because it's the winter and everything's closed, so those smells don't get to evacuate the home, and it just gets compiled. So it's like, I do understand where Anthony's coming from. How does he handle it? What does he do?
Well, if the place that he works at isn't going to, they don't think it's an issue where they should get involved, I guess it just comes down to him expressing it to this person. But they, if they want to keep doing it, I guess they're going to do it. So, but I mean, at least you can say,
unplug the microwave.
This is unpleasant.
Get rid of the microwave.
Yeah.
You'd be doing so well to not have that microwave, and then for you and your coworkers, because they don't need all that nonsense. But they're eating fish, so that's kind of good.
I mean, it sounds healthy.
Yeah, right.
But I mean, what do you do? If they say no, I need this, and sorry.
It's got to be a covert, after hours, nobody around, working on a Saturday. Oops, you got to put a silverware in the microwave, let that thing burn out.
I mean, is there something you could do? I don't know. Just like to
baking
soda? I don't know.
I
don't know.
Yeah. Oh, you're saying like on the fish?
To help? No, I mean I don't know, put near the, you can do that in the
like
microwave.
You do in your fridge.
Yeah, I mean the fridge,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Then you're cooking baking soda. See, I'm just
just to put it there, just put it near it.
Oh,
to
in the room.
The smell of it, maybe. I don't know if that would work, but I mean, I would first try to say something and hope that they understand, but
we're got about 10 minutes left. Sorry, we're just letting you know, everybody, we're on 103.5 WCCH Holyoke at the Holyoke Community Campus. All right, we only have time for a few more, so I'm going to try and whip through these. We got Olivia in Holyoke. She keeps dating unavailable men. It starts amazing, then they pull away. Is this a pattern, or how? Like, what is she? How does she do this? How'd she end this? She said, "Oh, is this a pattern I'm choosing?" So she always goes for emotionally unavailable men. Olivia in Holyoke.
Okay, so it sounds like they're available when she first starts dating them. So what's changing?
So why are they pulling away?
And why does she think that they're emotionally unavailable? Is it something that happened and that's what they're saying? I don't know. But I think...
Do you think she could be love bombing them a little bit? Well, honestly, think about those new relationships. They're all so fun. Even friendships, you're like, ooh, I really like this person. I want to like be around them more. But then you get to know them more and you find those little things you don't like as much. And you're like, oh, I don't like... They chew gum all the time. Those little things that eventually stack up.
So maybe she's dating them and hoping for great things. And then, like you said, not everyone's going to be your person, right? So then they say, you know what, this isn't for me. And she's taking it in that way that, oh, I fell for this person and they're not available. I saw this quote the other day and I thought it kind of went. It says, sometimes what didn't work out for you really worked out for you.
Oh, like you dodged a bullet.
Yeah, because I mean, you don't want to force it. You don't want somebody to be with you that doesn't want to be with you. You don't want to be with somebody that doesn't want to be with you. So I would say before you like fall for anybody, get to know them first. Maybe, this is just...
So maybe Olivia needs to stop dating these men right off the bat and just try to make them friends, you're saying?
Yeah, get to know them first. Of course. I think that anybody should do that, before you really get invested. Emotionally,
yes.
I guess, right?
You should definitely get to know them, that's for sure. And then, So let's say she's meeting these people on a dating site or something that's rarely motivated for dating. How would she... So she should still go into these sites as looking for a friendship first?
No, I think that just before you really let your heart get involved, right, you have to really know things. And I think, what's important to you, make sure that they're on the same page there. Because if there's some really important things to you and you don't address that right away and you think, oh, well, we have this in common and that or whatever. But then at some point, those really important things are going to come up. And now you're really invested and you're going to be hurt. And it's just going to be terrible. So I think that whatever is really important to you, you really need to get out there. Like I've heard people say, oh, you talk about wanting whether or not you want kids right away. Well, don't you think that's kind of major?
That is so important.
Like I don't want to invest all kinds of time and energy and then find out somebody doesn't want children, but all I want is children. I mean, that sounds like a massive waste of time. So yeah, I think you have to have these, conversations. Yeah, right. Exactly.
Yeah. So Olivia, I would say just start going a little slower. At first, maybe kind of have more conversations. Maybe she's like a passionate person. So she wears her emotions on her sleeves. Mm-hmm. And then, so when she's happy, it's easy to stay happy. But when she gets down, it's harder to get back up.
Yeah.
And then that makes people pull away too. I mean, there could be a lot of things going on. I mean, I only do have one. She only sent those 2 sentences, so. We doing the best with what we got, but I think Olivia needs to step back and kind of reevaluate how she starts these relationships with men. Like you're saying, find a friend first. Friendships.
I think you just have to get to know the person.
Or get to know them.
Yeah.
Yeah, with questions.
Yeah.
Like a checklist almost.
Right. Mm-hmm. Because otherwise, I think you could even just be filling in the blanks, which with what you want in your mind, not really consciously. And then... I don't know, there's just something that's not compatible and then it's heartbreaking. So yeah, I think you have to know who you are, what's important to you and have those important conversations. And then if those major things are there, then I think it's probably okay to just start to let your heart get involved.
Yeah, maybe get down to okay, we got 5 things checked off the list. I think we can go further, or if you can't make the 5, you got to detach. It's a threshold. If he doesn't make that threshold, he doesn't come in the doorway, Doorway to your heart, right?
Yes, exactly.
All right, Olivia. Okay, here we go. We got Chris from Springfield. My girlfriend needs space after an argument. I need immediate resolution. She pulls back. I spiral. What's the solution for a situation like this?
Okay, so they have an argument.
Communicate.
Yeah, exactly.
I already know where you're going.
Yeah, so they have an argument, and he wants to resolve it immediately, and she
just wants space. She needs space. Now, coming from the female point of view, when you have a fight, have you ever requested space?
No, I'm like him. I want to resolve it.
Me
now.
too. I'm the immediate resolution.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I couldn't even comprehend what the space is used for.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that, especially if you want to resolve something now, it's on your mind now.
Help Chris in this one, huh?
I think that, I know, right? I think that maybe she just needs to collect her thoughts. And so I think that if she doesn't want to talk about it now, okay, well, let's talk about maybe in the middle of a fight isn't the time to talk about this, but before there's another argument about something.
So a quiet time.
I would say, okay, I noticed that, I like to resolve things right away and you don't. I don't know if you're trying to gather your thoughts or whatever it is. That's fine. But we have to talk about it sooner than later because I don't want to pretend this never happened. We have to iron it out. Otherwise, it's going to happen again. So how much time do you need? When can I expect that we would have, the conversation about it, so that you set the expectations because people are disappointed when, their expectations aren't met. Right. So what are the expectations? So if you know, okay, she needs an hour. All right, well, you know what? If this happens again, let's just come back together like an hour's time. You can collect your thoughts or your feelings, whatever it is that you need your space for. That's fine as long as we talk about it, right? You know, sooner than later.
Just don't leave it open-ended.
Yeah.
Yeah, get a resolution, but give
Have
her
a plan.
space.
You have to have the plan, because so you know when you're going to talk about it.
Exactly. All right, we're almost at the end, so we just got a few more. We got Alyssa is 24 from Chicopee. She just graduated college and moved back home. She feels like she's going backwards in life. How does she stay motivated when it feels like everyone else is moving ahead?
Let me see. Where's this one?
What's the check? So she just moved back home after school. I would say that's perfectly normal.
I was going to say, is there something else I'm missing? I don't
no,
think that
I think her friends must be doing something more. Like her friend group is like overachievers or something.
Maybe
they got they must have boyfriends, like partners maybe, and moving in, doing like maybe they have a kid,
or maybe they got an apartment or something, and she thinks she should get her own place.
Well, I definitely think she thinks she should be living on her own.
Yeah. I think that you should stay with your parents and save your money, and you're going to be in a much better position later. I think it's actually very smart what she's doing. But I also feel like, it's important to contribute to your household. I feel like when it's your home, the home you grew up in, you kind of just go back, but you really have to say, okay, well, I'm an adult here. You have to help out your family too, right? But I think, hey, it's a heck of a lot better than paying rent. I'll tell you that.
Oh yeah, rent sucks.
Yeah. I think that there's nothing wrong with this, and you should stay there as long as you can and save as much as you can. You'll just be so much happier in the future.
Absolutely. I mean, if I could have, I was out on my own before I was 18. So it's like I didn't have like a fallback plan to like keep me on track. I was just like, what are we gonna do? Let's just do it. Did you go to school and stuff after right out of high school?
Yeah, I did, and then I did come back home. I didn't see anything wrong with it.
Nice.
Yeah.
How long did you stay at home?
Good question.
Was it relatively short, kind of like a little longer?
Maybe 2 years.
Yeah, that's fine. And then what happened? Did you move out alone, or did you move out to
I moved into an apartment with my friend.
Okay, yeah. See, that's how to do it, right? And then you're going out there, and you're not only surviving with yourself. You have someone else that can understand what you're going through, like with the bills and the laundry and all the nonsense that comes with you have to live alone. You don't have your parents taking care of the food and all the things that we take for granted when we do have these situations. All right. Anything else left tonight, Jen?
Unless you have any other questions.
No, we're at our time. So thank you for coming in and filling in for Mel today. You've been, oh my God, such an incredible guest. I really appreciate it. And that's it for us today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Right. And it's been Fix It or Leave It with Eugene and Jenny today. Remember, not everything broken needs saving. Not everything worth saving is easy to fix. And take care of what you can. Walk away from what you can't. And we'll see you on the next time with Fix It or Leave It with Eugene. Enjoy the rest of your Friday. Oh, and go check out that movie. I don't know exactly. Oh, it's going till 3:30. So that'll
Thursday.
That's today, right?
Yeah.
The movie.
Oh, wait, it's Thursday. Is that?
Yeah, it was. I think it's going on right now.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure. But there is somebody that does know. All right. Again, thank you so much. And we'll see you guys all next week from 2 to 3. We might be here a little early and we might be here on a little late next week. I think Mel will be back. And we're going to still try to find a way to get us on YouTube or Spotify or something. So when you're emailing us this week with your questions, go ahead and add some of that input if you have it. All right, Mel. Jenny, anything else?
No, I hope you guys enjoyed the show, and thanks for having me. And I hope to be back someday.
Yay. All right. Thank you, guys. Have a good week.